Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I have the pleasure of welcoming on the show Belgian singer, songwriter and actress Martha Darrow.
What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? Perfection. Loco in the coconut. When the queen speaks, better keep your mouth shut.
Her creative career began through writing musicals before joining a local hip-hop collective, which is when she took to the stage. She recently released her first solo album that blends alternative soul and electronic beats. She's also an actress and has featured in a number of movies, including Black and A Girl from Mogadishu. Martha Darrow, thank you so much for joining us on the set of France 24. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. You've got such a beautiful voice. It's very jazzy and it reminds me a little bit of, to a different extent, but Macy Gray. But I was wondering who were the artists that you grew up listening to and who inspired you to?
I would say more like people like not because they are singers, because I really love them as singers. It's more because they're artists, like people like Missy Elliott or MIA or Lily Allen or Amy Winehouse.
No, beautiful voices as well.
Yeah,
so good. So you've been like honing your craft for years, and you finally released this first studio album, which is called Philophobia. Can you tell us a little bit why you chose that title?
Philophobia means the fear of love. In my case, it was more about the fear of being loved. I thought it was like I made like the music, and then afterwards, like by listening, I realized that there was like this specific theme. So then I came to the word, like I stumbled upon the word philophobia, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's it.
And you related to it. Yeah. And I found a lot of it feels like a lot of deconstruction of yourself in terms of the theme, but also in terms of the rhythm and the music you've used. It really blends in properly. Was that conscious, or just you realized it was happening afterwards?
When how I make music is I start with writing. So, and then the music come afterwards. And now I've worked like with this amazing producer called Adam Abkarian. And so I had like these stories I wanted to tell, and then we looked for like the perfect house to tell those stories.
And we're going to check out the video for one of your tracks, which is called Fast Life. And it's a track you've got Lisa Kainda Diaz, who's one half of IBI, who took part. She worked on a couple of tracks with you on this album?
Yes, like the song already exists, but then like when we met, like we've really worked on it and the structure and rewriting, and that was nice.
And it happened, that's how you met, through making music, or did you know each other before?
No, it was really through music. Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, let's check out the track for Fast Love. Fantastic. Taken from Martha Darrow's first album. That was the track Fast Life. And now, as someone who works in both film and music, how much does your work as an actress inspire making videos, for example?
I think like I'm naturally like a storyteller, so I just love to tell stories. And then when making the music, for me it's like a very visual thing. Like even if I don't know how I want it to sound, I know what I see in it, and so I look for a sound that complements like the images that I see. So immediately, like by making the music, I mostly already have like the story that I would love to see like visually.
Well, that's really interesting, because it's true that in your album there's lots of interludes, which gives it a cinematic feel to the album as well. Looking forward to 2024, what plans have you got?
I'm really excited about my show, my headliner show in Paris on the 28th of February in La Boule Noire. I think that's going to be very nice. And doing some, actually just like be able, because I've worked on the music for so long, and just I'm just excited to like be able to share it like live, like to perform it and like really have people in front of me and like tell just like all the songs like that. So I'm very excited for that.
Oh, that's really cool. We're excited to see you live too. You're also an actress, we were saying. You worked on Lupin, the hit French TV series. So you spent time in Paris. What was that like?
That was awesome. I think it was like the first time like this big production, but it was super nice. I really love to play Fleur. That's my character. I thought she was very interesting, and
Oh yeah,
it was a very nice experience.
And any other filming projects for next year?
In January, I start shooting for a series.
Oh, cool.
So you will see when it comes out.
And is it French or is it something else?
It's a co-production.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's French, German, and Italian.
Oh, well, a lot to look forward to in 2024.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. How about we take a look at some other music news that's been happening just around the world and in general. We're going to head off to Nigeria first because fabulous artist that is Burna Boy recently became the most streamed sub-Saharan African artist of the year. And he's just released a new video for a track cut from his album I Told Them, a video that features Mortal Kombat style martial arts and the Giza pyramids. The new Burna Boy video featuring Sei Vibes, Vibes, maybe I probably pronounced that absolutely wrong, apologies. Burna Boy who says he'll be spending Christmas with his grandmother. Now, Martha, what are you going to be doing for Christmas?
With my family.
Family?
Yeah, with my family.
Chilling and relaxing?
Yes.
And are you a big Burna Boy fan?
Yeah, I like his music.
Yeah.
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 Because, I haven't seen him live yet. I would love to see him live. Yeah.
No, really cool. I read that you described your own music as Diaspop. What is that exactly?
It's very random because I often there was just so many influences. Like when you grow up, like for me it was like growing up in an Angolese household and then just like the same, so you have like influences like samba, kizomba, and zouk. But then when you put on MTV, like you had like this completely other world. So when people ask me like, what are your influences? It's so there are so many. So for me not to be put in a box, I just like came with that word, whatever that means, Diaspop. It's just as someone from the diaspora, like I think you naturally just have so many influences.
Well, hopefully someone else will pick it up and it'll become a thing that you can say, hey, I created it. Well, over to something completely different. And we head to Canada now, where punk rockers Sum 41 have just dropped a new video for what will be their final album. It'll be called Heaven times Hell. Now, it'll be out at the end of March and will be followed by a farewell world tour, and Derek Whibley and co will be bowing out with a bang if this video is anything to go by. What starts off as a 18-hour flight from hell on 41 Airways with none other than Offspring guitarist Noodles, who cameos as the dodgy plane captain, well, that quickly turns into a punk rock rager. The track is called Rise Up. Rise Up, that was Sum 41 there. Was that the sort of alternative world on MTV and on the music TV that you used to see when you were
also,
a kid?
Yeah. Like My Chemical Romance and yeah.
Yeah, did you like it as well, or were you just like, oh, that's...
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
That's what I mean, like the influences are like everywhere.
I like the fact that you've got like an emo girl at heart.
Yeah, I was there like with my hair, it makes no sense, but like my hair like this and like my fro like this. And
you
like,
had the fringe.
I had it all.
And the makeup.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Martha, for coming on the show. I might have a little surprise for you if you're a fan of football. Or
Yeah.
yeah, or music. I can catch up onto football with music. We've got a little surprise for you in a second because obviously France 24's latest news bulletin is coming up in just a few minutes, and that gives us enough time to play out with a new track by Ivorian singer Alpha Blondy. It's entitled Ayoka, and it's geared up for the African Cup of Nations that will kick off on the 13th of January. It's a song and a video that features rapper DDB, Roseline Ayo, that's just to name but a few, and they don't even get me started on footballer Didier Drogba, who's also involved in the thing. Thank you very much, Martha. Let's
Thank you.
check it out.
Enjaillement garanti, la victoire du meilleur